Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you my top 5 Prada fragrances. Unfortunately, with my lists, some of these will be discontinued. Prada has a tendency of discontinuing some really good fragrances, and it's rather frustrating because a lot of people really do enjoy the ones that I'm going to be mentioning. This list will not be in any numerical order, and if you're able to get a decant, just do so because you might love it or you might hate it. If you blind buy some of these discontinued fragrances, that is just foolish. First one is going to be Prada Amber Intense. This stuff here is super sexy and classy. This came out in, I believe, 2011 or something like that, but unfortunately, it is discontinued. Why, Prada? Maybe that this just wasn't selling. I know that they have really put more focus on the Lunar Rosa lineup, but this stuff here is very ambery. It's warm, spicy. So you're gonna get like saffron, which is definitely there. There's like myrrh, obviously, amber, labdanum, there's some sandalwood, a little bit of leather, tonka bean, musk, and more. Okay, there's a little going on in this fragrance, but what it pretty much is, just very ambery, resinous, warm, spicy, and sexy. Like super sexy. When I talked about this one, when I did my review, I stated in that video that this is like man horse sexy, not like classy sexy. I didn't even know what the hell I was talking about then, and some will argue, what are you talking about nowadays? You're not gonna get any disagreement there, right? I'm one of those guys that I don't take myself too seriously, nor do I take this hobby too seriously, because it's just perfume at the end of the day. But this, again, you know, back then I just stated that it wasn't a very classy fragrance. It is. It literally is. I wish that the spray cap was on because it's actually in here. I gotta fix that, so that's a real pain in the ass, but you could really smell it from here. Super, super ambery with warm spices and woods. This is autumn and winter time. It is, again, classy. So I would say if you're gonna wear this, make sure that you have that sense of style. At the very least, like business casual, but you can also wear this with a tuxedo. It's very versatile. It's long lasting. Like I get like 9-10 hours. Next one is going to be Prada Low. This is the famous work scent from this entire brand. A lot of people have said that this is one of the best office fragrances out there. And I think I would have to agree with them. The only difference is that I don't work in an office. I'm a blue-collar worker, so I drive a bus for a living. But this is not masculine at all. There's a lot of iris to this one here. And the iris does add that powdery, waxy feel. It's a gentleman's fragrance. It truly is, but I do think that this can be a unisex fragrance in my opinion. There is more notes, so you're gonna get like violet, I haven't stated. There's like neroli, so the neroli does add a bit of a clean, soapy feel. Geranium, a little bit of wood, so like sandalwood, cedar, a little bit of amber, but it's just like a metrosexual kind of fragrance. That's all it is. It's perfect for the spring and summertime, very versatile. So I do think that you can dress this down to like a nice, like if you want to wear it with a white t-shirt and jeans, I think that you can do so. But if you wear this with like a nice polo or a nice button up, you know, and some nice like dressy shorts with some loafers, you know, that's even better. But you can also wear this with a tuxedo, and longevity, you're gonna get about 6 to 7 hours with this one here. Number 3, unfortunately, it's been discontinued. A lot of people have stated, why Prada? And it's so true. And it's the only one from the Lunar Rosa lineup. Like they got some good ones, but this one, in my opinion, is one of the best ones. Prada Lunar Rosa Extreme. So with this one here, there's like lots of lavender, a little vanilla, loads, and I mean loads of black pepper. In some ways, it kind of does remind me of Ferragamo F Black, only in some ways now because of like the lavender and that black pepper. This just smells a little bit better, but there's also some amber and definitely the juniper berries. So it's definitely there. So it does have its own identity, and it does break away from the Ferragamo F Black. This is a lot more expensive than F Black, but longevity off this is like 10 hours from what I remember. This is fall and winter time. super versatile, dressing it down, sense of style. You know what, when it comes to this brand, Prada is a high fashion brand. A lot of their fragrances that they put out, you have to have that sense of style. Now, not all of them. This stuff here is quite masculine, and it's gonna be like, well, it is the most masculine one in this list, believe it or not. Next one, discontinued, but it's still available on FragranceNet right now. And it was my scent of the day yesterday, and I'm like, oh God, I remember why I loved it. Prada Amber Put On. This is just what luxury soap smells like. It's a metrosexual fragrance, it's a gentleman's fragrance, but in my opinion, very much like this one here, can be a unisex scent. There's nothing overly masculine about this. Very gently, very metrosexual, very modern day gentleman. That's what it is. So loads of neroli, orange blossom. There's some musk, some citruses, tonka, patchouli, labdanum, musk, and a little bit of amber. It's mostly myrrh, musk, neroli, a little bit of woods, and like an ambery feel. Oh, this stuff is amazing. This is great for like the autumn time, and I would say like early spring. Not so much winter time, but like the transition from winter to spring when it's like cold, but it's starting to warm up. It's not like a deep frost type of winter, especially if you're up here in Canada. But this, I also think, can be worn like cooler spring nights, cooler spring evenings, cooler spring summer nights. I think that this would be a great date fragrance. Great date fragrance, and it just has like some sex appeal, but it's classy. It's super versatile, and performance, you're gonna get about 8 hours with this one here. And last but not least, discontinued, but it's still on FragranceNet for a bit of a price tag, but I thought it was well spent. Prada Low Intense. Think of this one with just more darker, deeper notes. You are gonna get that iris. The iris is powdery, it's waxy, but it's not as soapy in this fragrance here. There is leather, there is patchouli, there is amber, and so on. The leather itself is more suede-like, in my opinion. Oh, masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. In the air, just tons of iris, and iris is not the most masculine note at all. It's a gentleman's note. But I do find that this as well can be a unisex fragrance. It leans a little bit more towards the guys compared to, like, let's say this one here. Like, I would say that this is like 60 to 70%, really, like, in my opinion, 50-50. This is more like 60% masculine. Just the woody nuance really do add that masculine to it, that masculine vibe to it, I should say. But the woods in this here, including the suede, leather, whatever you want to say, do add that masculinity to it. But it's a gentleman's fragrance, dressing it down, sense of style, all the way to a tuxedo, super versatile for the autumn and wintertime. But for me, this is a great date fragrance because both sexy and classy. Performance is like 9-10 hours. And guys, that is my top 5 Prada fragrances for 2024. Any reviews that I've done on these, they will all be down in the description box below. And if you like this very video, please leave me one of these. It really does help with the channel and the algorithms. What videos to watch next? Well, because that this is a classy brand, if you want to see the smell and rate that I did with my wife on Valentino, please check out right here, and whatever top 5 comes, you know what, this is a top 5 brand, check out whatever top 5 brand pops up right there. So I thank you for the time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.